I'm your host, Malcolm Johnson, the High Blocker, the Bing Bang Badger. El2JMedianoche.bbb is my Instagram handle. The list will never end. Brian Huang actually hit me with a new nickname, Epic Hair Flip, which is a riff on Andrew Kort's old username, Epic Sidekick. I kind of like it. We're gonna do a TRICKTOBERFEST feature.
Necklaces of food. Yo, Kojo bought us macaroni.
Let's talk about something not necessarily just like the most banger or the craziest or the weirdest or the most nonsensical trick. Let's talk about something that just happens at gatherings, especially if you've got enough room. Basement tricks. I'm talking about the man Jacoby Burton, 3 a.m. basement tricks in the Ashleyana mansion. Double B, Super Crispy Webster, B to his Sidewinder, and TDR, swing, cork, shuriken box cutter. And the reason I like to talk about this is because there's just something magical at gatherings. Just garbage happens in the most nonsensical places. These are really good tricks too. You already know Jacoby is built like a fridge. Man's is a whole unit, and he's got large tricks, and so to be able to just pull off a bunch of these maneuvers within a basement is just really fun to watch. I love when there are micro sessions that happen in the housing developments and gatherings. I love the vibe, love Jacoby, total monster, such a good kid. Anyways, basement tricks at the gathering. I had to feature it. Next up, we're gonna talk about Kyle Morehart, who looked like he just, kind of sat on his butt the whole gathering. He was doing ass Rabians, and I guess kind of like a, what is it called? Dom bomb, when you do the tricks off your booty, your keister, whatever word you use for your butt. My guy was doing a lot of tricks right off his rump, and he's doing 360 back handspring chains even off of his rear. Ridiculous. I love Kyle Morehart, and yeah, just doing a lot of sitting around at a gathering. What a slacker. This is Ethan Turner, and I'm gonna feature a video that was edited by Isaiah.bbb. Go ahead and follow him. He's a good kid, good tricker. Obviously a Bing Bang boy. Aerial semi front swing Cali roll. So this is the second front swing Cali roll setup that I personally have access of. As far as the footage is concerned, I've seen other setups, but I don't have the footage yet. Stay tuned for more of these setups. Aerial front swing Cali roll is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Side swipe semi, I think in some ways, the way you have to pull your hips over for the side swipe, I feel like in some ways, I could make an argument that aerial semi front swing Cali roll would be harder, just because it would be so much harder to set properly for getting the right amount of height. And then the clip, of course, that I'm sure everybody was waiting for, everyone was waiting for the breakdown on, was his quadruple cork attempt. It is a solid 3.5. I've got a screenshot right here. That's right where he lands. That's exactly where Ethan Turner lands, which is why he is not blowing up his own Instagram feed saying, oh, I landed quadruple cork finally. He knows, now we know. Absolutely incredible. I'm not going to discount the talent of Ethan Turner because he isn't a quadruple corker. I'm not going to, okay? We know what a full 360 degree of rotation looks like. He has not done 4 complete spins. He knows it. We know it. Let's move on. Pinto feature of the week, maybe? I'm gonna feature a weird clip. We actually got a lot of weird. Underground Kill is weird, the Muggle Slayer is weird, our pointed toe feature is gonna be weird, and then there's a lot of weird in the weird section coming right up. You guys heard me last week. I think the community heard me somehow because I complained about it last week just a little bit, that there wasn't a lot of weird. This week was saturated. I had a hard time picking the weird clips. Anyway, pointed toes feature, the Pinto, is Matias out of Argentina. This is a cool clip, and the execution on it's really crispy, really pointed toes. It is, kind of a cartwheel helicoptero, and then he turns it into a 1990, which is kind of like a breakdancing move. And the way that he leaves it, you could say it's just a 1990, but it's kind of got this Gumby flair to it. So I'm gonna call it helicoptero 1990. Really great execution. This guy does a lot of incredible stuff. He can double back, he can dub, he can trip, and he is bendy. Like, I'm bendy, but this guy can take the crown. We're gonna go into the power section first, then get into the weird, okay? So we talked about a quadruple cork already. I'm also going to talk about another attempt at quadruple cork and have a couple of notes following up this dialogue. We've got Kazuki back on the hunt for quadruple cork. Switch to quadruple cork, lands incomplete, can't quite clutch the landing. I think some of his buddies may have gotten in the way of him clutching it out. He is right on the line of a true quadruple cork. And to follow up episode 2, where I talk about it's not a complete quad cork, in my personal opinion, there are 3 complete quad corks in the world. I just want to clarify that really quickly. Alexander Anderson, Shosei, and Zen. Everyone else who has done quadruple cork has not landed it in true complete. I can take screenshots and show anybody who hates me for saying that and prove to them that it is not a complete quad cork. By complete, I am using the landing stance of complete as the reference of what I'm talking about. Are there people that I would say have landed quad cork? Yes. But have they landed it in complete stance? No. That's it. Rant over. I know I've been getting into a lot of rants lately, but I had to clarify that. Kazuki, he's gonna get it. We already know he's gonna be landing it incomplete. I can't wait for the 4th quad corker to have a complete quad cork. Keep it up, Kazuki. You're amazing, okay? Tiki hitting us with a J-step 032. Usually when you see triple cork swings, it is from a touchdown setup. Usually it's touchdown rise, triple cork swing something. This is J-step, gainer switch, triple cork, swing, double cork. Absolutely incredible. I don't have to go into Tiki. I've geeked out about him enough. I featured him in the weird and the power. He's just incredible. He'll get the Pintos feature here pretty soon. The way that he's been executing his kicks lately is incredible. He is such an excellent example of a 360 type of tricker where he's good at everything. Wicked. Tiki is definitely one of the top in the game right now. There's no question about it for me. Our last power section of the day is gonna be our transition into weird, because this is some weird power coming from the boy out of Japan, Zen Kajihara. This, he calls it a scissor full in, back out. I would call this a grazier full in, back out. I talked about grazier a little bit with Carson Crawford clips. In one of the early episodes of the series, I talked about how grazier is scissor as you take off, and scissor is grazier as you land. You know, it's kind of the opposite of each other. So this is not a scissor, because as soon as he punches off the ground, he hits that kind of one-legged pike scissor shape towards the ground, not after he does the full, not after he even does like an Arabian amount of rotation and then pulls it over. It's right from the ground. This would be a grazier full in for me, and this is cool. The expanse of the unwound, okay? And he is coming right in. This is A-twist hyper. It's a very fast 1-2 transition to pop, unwind, pop full, pop dub. Not only does he have one unwind within kind of like a power, not swing chain, but kind of like a pop chain, he has two in there. That is cool, which is why I feature him on the weird, not on the power, even though this is almost like a pop chain or a power, combo. It's because it's two unwinds back to back. I'm calling that in the weird section. I'm taking that for my favorite section of the series. You already know your boy likes the weird and the uncommon. I like the intricacies of tricking. So this is awesome. Islam, keep killing it. Follow him up. Incredible, incredible tricker. Kaito is our next feature. And this one takes a little bit of breaking down because it's just absolutely bizarre. It is a full variation, I guess you could say. And it's actually an unwind variation, I guess you could say. Check that out. It's so wacky. It is so wacky. So it's kind of like an Arabian unwind, but the way that he sets for it, it's so weird. It's almost like a side flip set, even though he is kind of twisting it. The axis that he's on is more like a side flip than like a full or an Arabian. And then after he starts to go over his head, there's a little more of the twist happening. Then he cancels it and unwinds it. How do you do that? How do you find out that you know how to do that? How do you even begin to start to, did he just like watch a bunch of cat videos on Instagram and go out decide to try and be a cat trying to save itself from falling? Like, that's what it looks like to be total, like, you've seen videos of cats like flipping or falling and they can unwind themselves to have their feet land first. That's totally what this reminds me of. This is from Oslo Movement Gathering, and it is from none other than the Sultan of Sketch himself, the snaky boy, Ahmed. Maybe you've heard of him. Yeah, that's who it is. Anyways, TDR Punch, full, Fei Long late 9, vanish, side swipe, semi, front swing, rise, swing. I'm gonna call this cork swipe 9. Wicked cool concept. I love, everybody knows him for his late 9 tricks. His TDR Punch, Fei Long late 9 is absolutely infamous. His execution on it is like no one else. No one moves like this bow-legged snake, okay? Nobody does. There's just such a gangster appeal to the way that his body moves. It's so much fun to watch his tricks. I'm glad that he's been getting back into the tricks. The Oslo Movement Gathering was a good gathering for him as far as tricks are concerned. Check out his other stuff. He's been playing with all sorts of wacky stalling different type of tricks. I really like featuring this one though, just because of that smooth transition between the late 9s, side swipe semi to the rise. Like it's a really cool banger of a combo. A lot of power required to do this combo, more than most people might realize. But I would definitely, again, hoard this into my personal weird collection. Definitely follow him. Like I said, we had a lot. We had to go through it really fast. I hope everybody kept up. It was a lot. I love tricking. I love sharing this information with you guys. I love these rants that I do. This is something that I'm passionate about. Something that I truly have a deep passion for and love of, which is why I have such strong opinions, which is why I push different terminology and different concepts and different cultural practices and different beliefs within the tricking community, because I just want it to do well and to flourish and to grow and to be around for everyone to enjoy, especially trickers themselves. I'm your host, Malcolm Johnson, the Bing Bang Badger, El Tejon de Medianoche, the High Blocker, the Hype Man, Epic Hair Flip, member of Lineman Gang. We'll catch you on the next one.